And happy Friday, my friends. We are live in Ottawa, Ontario, on September 20th, 2024 at, well, 5 to 8, basically. Um, it has been a good week for me, getting actively involved with community events and so forth. I've been very actively engaged with our community housing morning coffees, and we're going to have breakfast starting next week. We're also expanding things to help people finding a job. We're going to have printers and so forth. And we did some vision boards or collages, as I suggested, and that was cool. So there's many things yet to come, and so forth. Honestly speaking, I feel good. I feel good about what's going on when I'm active in the community. It's very good. Also today at St. Joe's, we had a community cleanup too around the church and everything. And that was fun. I really like helping out anything I can with the community. And we got a nice treat of some Mr. Freezy's chocolate after, which is very good. There was only one needle found, but not the needle, but the plunger of the needle. You know, these needles are everywhere in Ottawa, Ontario, and I imagine everywhere in Toronto and all these other cities across Ontario, I imagine. Unfortunately, ever since they legalized the drug use, these things are like everywhere now. Everywhere. Just everywhere. It's crazy. But yeah, it's good to be active in the community, helping out and trying to help victims of violence to escape violent situations and transfer them to safe situations. I'm also going to volunteer for shelter movers in Ottawa, where basically we help victims of violence or abusive domestic situations to get out of there into a new place. And I'm going to email her tomorrow, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Saturday, probably Monday, to try to get involved in this good, worthy cause to help people who are trying to flee violence. Very important. Violence is on the rise for everybody. Indigenous people, especially, are really experiencing a lot of violence more than normal. I'm experiencing it. I'm experiencing it a lot, including extreme racism toward me, who don't even know me. All because I'm Indigenous, which is very extreme racism, unfortunately. Like, the thing is, we all have to band together in the community and try to help people. I like helping people and um, to access the creative side through many ways. Vision boards or collages is one thing I love doing. I get so into it, and a collage can basically help you feel what you're feeling or give you some messages to yourself to keep hope or keep fighting or for a cause or whatever you like it to be. Like, I'm just going to show you the latest collage I did just a few days ago. Well, Thursday actually. Just hang on. This is a new one I did. Let's bring the feeling of community in. Health is epic. Peace of mind. Life is worth living. Because of all the stresses we've been through, there are suicides probably on the rise, so that's hopeful. Um, Anxiety free, and your passion can help um, bypass obstacles and so forth. Difficult times. So I put this by the fridge in my bed and when I'm working on the computer, along with another one I did about a month ago at St. Joe's. I have two more as well. And that's very helpful for me. Also, I am, if you experience heartache from someone who died of OD, lost a family member, or lost somebody in general, I actually put on a little article here on this little paper, put my fridge, Heal from Heartache. and the steps to take, how to heal from heartache, and so forth. There are other articles as well to help with various situations, such as dealing with anxiety, and many, many other situations as well. So there's only a tiny piece of the things that you can access and try to help yourself and so forth. It's very, very useful. Now, despite the racism and violence inflicted toward me and so forth, people trying to set me up, people trying to spread lies on me and everything, I intend to keep community involvement to the peak. Jobs not coming up yet, so I'm going to volunteer, advocate, and get actively involved more in the community as time goes on. Someone has actually told me that that I'm an influencer, and I should be a motivational speaker possibly too as well. That's another consideration to think about as well. That's for me anyway. But yeah, um, despite all the violence against us, all the racism, all the discrimination, and all the obstacles that are standing in our way, there is more to that than their games. So today I was supposed to go out to a movie with somebody. Wow, I'm not surprised to hear this. On a Friday night, it's very suspicious. An emergency came up of some sort. So I find that very hard to believe. Like, I'm very objective. I get very suspicious because I've been cheated on more than once by so many men. So this is one of the on a Friday evening, an emergency came up. I find that very hard to believe, to be honest. That's the thing. So I was upset at first, very disappointed. But then again, these people want to play games and not be honest and so forth. I want nothing to do with them. Forget it. There was a little bit of hope in the beginning, but I don't believe in anything. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And that's the thing. I'll keep actively involved in the community. I'll keep advocating. And next step is to get about the tips about a cheating person, all the excuses and so forth. There are many goodies to come. I'm going to do some research and prepare some presentations too for the community about many things. I'm going to collaborate with many people in the community to do presentations and work together to do presentations about dealing with grieving because of the OD crisis. The article I showed you about the heartbreak, that's probably going to come and help for a lot of people. We have to work together to get some pamphlets and some things together to help people who are grieving for somebody who died of an OD. I'm going to try to get people to know about healthy relationships versus toxic relationships, and try to get people to know the difference and support systems that can help them if you happen to be in an abusive relationship, and how to get help to get out before someone may get killed. Hence the violence against women and the murdered missing Indigenous women as well. Not just Indigenous, but all kinds of people can be killed by an abusive partner. You never know. Huh? The thing is, for me, what helps me is keeping active. Cycling is really my major point to help me out. If I get angry, I go for an angry bike ride and I feel better after. I go whooshing down super fast, angry, but at least I feel better after. That's a good thing. It releases endorphins and so forth. I saw a neighbor coming cycling home and she was on her bike. We cycled home together and I went whooshing by and she was trying hard to keep up. It was funny. And she does tennis apparently. She left a tennis racket somewhere. So I hope she got it back. I didn't go there to get a chance to see if it's there. But she's active in tennis too, which is cool. Keeping active at a young age is very important. And I'm in my 50s. I'm proud to say I'm still have endurance in cycling and so forth. The alcohol addiction comes and goes, it's always there. The temptation will always be there, of course, for any addict. And cutting down slowly is the key. Don't go cold turkey to prevent a seizure in my case. And it's been over 21 hours since my last drink, and so I'm cutting down slowly. I'm having a beer now to help me sleep. And if I can hang out there for 20 hours now without anything going on, um, although something did happen when something just fell off my bike. I'm not sure it was gravel or something and all that last night. Or I cycled too much. I don't know. I don't know. It was gravel in the road. I don't know. I don't know. I hope it wasn't something to do with withdrawal. But I'm going to cut down slow. Instead of waiting 20 hours, maybe I have to wait 12 hours, maybe 13 hours before my next drink instead of 21 hours. And then 14 hours and 15 hours after, and then slowly expand it to a certain, cut down slow. That's the thing. Like, who knew that alcohol was physically addictive and so forth? That's another thing people have to be aware of. And people over 40 have to take care and cut down slowly because of risk of withdrawal. That's another thing. So yeah, it's a lot of complex situations, and the community can help in many ways and creative ways too. Support groups are a good idea as well. Presentations are very important. OD crisis, suicide prevention is probably another good thing to really look into now. Since Christmas is coming, suicide goes up around Christmas time. So it's October soon. It's probably best to plan things, to do presentations, and to prevent suicide. More outreach worker, support groups should be more escalating more toward Christmas time. So we got to prepare for that. And the OD crisis can go up to around Christmas time. OD, suicides, it's going to be crazy around Christmas. People won't be able to afford things because the groceries are so high, cutbacks in OW, bus pass money cut off for OW, people are struggling, and so forth. So Christmas time is going to be a very, very, very tough time this year, I predict, and it will be. So it's time for the community to come forth, help in these dire times, financial stresses and so forth, losing people to ODs, losing people to suicide, losing family members in general to other things, how to deal with the grieving process, how to deal with violence against you, racism, discrimination. Immigrants coming in need support groups as well to help them with racism against them. And we have to know about each other's cultures more as immigrants come in more. They have to know more about the indigenous traumas we suffered, 60 Scoop, residential school, the racism against us, and so forth. And it'd be a good idea for us to learn about the immigrants' cultures and the hell they've been through as well. So we got to let the community come forward, and we have to work together to help each other. That's the main thing that counts. And yeah, that is the main thing that counts, helping each other. So always going to keep a first aid kit as well in your backpack. I have a mini one here. I think I talked about this before. And yeah, I carry it around with me all the time. It's good to distribute first aid kits, bandages, alcohol swipes and everything. I have that. I have all these alcohol swabs, about 200 alcohol swabs. I've got 200 of these. So that's a good thing to have as well. I plan to take my CPR and first aid again, which is very important. I need to get more naloxone kits as well. We have to get more naloxone training in our communities more. It'd be a good idea, especially for Christmas, maybe around Octoberish. That's when October is probably a good time to start doing naloxone training again. Maybe no, October and again in November, especially. Christmas is coming. People are going to be depressed, possibly suicidal, going up with their addictions, and more ODs will be more frequent, unfortunately. Christmas time is going to be very, very tough. And Christmas time is going to be a tough time for all of us. Yeah, GoFundMe setup. That sounds pretty good, actually. It's not bad. That's an excellent idea, Cornell. That's a good idea. I'm going to talk to people at the places I go to, and then we can all talk together about uniting and setting up a GoFundMe fund. Actually, it's not a bad idea. That's an excellent idea. When I think of that, thank you very much, Cornell. I'm talking about presentations and trying to help community with creative ways and everything. That's probably a good idea too, as well. Not only that, we can make do some events and have donations come in to help people in need for every cause. Like for one time, one event, donations for separate donation boxes. They can do whatever they want. A donation box for the OD crisis, or maybe a donation box for suicide prevention, a donation box for different causes, or put in a big pot and separate it or split it up in different ways. That's another thing we can do too. But the GoFundMe fund is a good idea, Cornell. Thank you very much, Megwitch. Yeah, it's a very good idea. So I'm going to talk more actively in communities. This weekend, nothing is happening. I'm just going to go downtown, make sure how people are doing downtown. And the sad thing I want to point out too is that there's some people who turn Indigenous people against Indigenous people. And they're not Indigenous, they get them on drugs and so forth. I saw this personally. There was someone who was Inuit, and there was this person, Caucasian man in his 50s or 60s, who was smoking crack with her, unfortunately. And then she was bad mouthing me to F off. I mean, what kind of person would turn an Indigenous person against another Indigenous person? I saw another guy downtown who was with another Indigenous woman with an orange shirt, saying the worst shit about me. So what these people do, they get them into bad habits, and then they turn them against their own kind, unfortunately. Drugs, they say bad things about good people. They get the people on drugs, say bad things about the people who are against that. And that is a very common trend, unfortunately, I must admit. They go around promoting the drugs, they go around being friendly to everybody, they talk to people, get them into their little hut or whatever. They do drugs, and they do everything under the sun, which can get them all into trouble. And sooner or later, if there is active drug use, they will be in trouble. And then they try to turn them, especially Indigenous people, against good Indigenous people. I hate to see this. I hate to say that, but that is the truth. They do horse them against the good ones and get Indigenous people into drugs and bad habits. And they keep them there as a means of control and keeping a leash on them. And that's another cycle of abuse I want to talk about in a presentation with the community. I'm going to talk to a few other organizations I know of, and we have to start talking about that more. I wish that was talked about at the WOW Festival. Maybe it was. I'm not sure. I didn't stay too long. I was so tired. But yeah, these things have to be addressed and put out there against all the bad things that are happening out there right now as well. Gun violence is out there, people getting stabbed. There was shooting in the market. There's another shooting that got a teenage boy killed in Centertown. Guns are coming in so fast because so many people are not being screened as they come into Canada. That's the thing. There's understaffed issues. Screening is not being properly processed with new people coming in. And there's a lot of violence going on. Guns are coming in too fast. Obviously, there's not security in getting these things out of the country. How are all these guns and weapons coming into Ottawa, Toronto? It's worse, 10 times worse than before. It's more common. It's not safe anywhere anymore. I can't even go for a walk around the block anymore without risk of being God knows what, unless I'm with somebody. It's just not safe at all, anywhere. It's becoming like, it's just getting crazy and crazy and crazier. So don't mind the sound. That's my crazy neighbor downstairs speaking crazier. He has a mental problem. He makes those noises. He makes rants and raves toward native people. He's from Africa or something, but he's kind of cuckoo. And there's another guy on the floor above him who keeps calling him the N word and keep threatening to stab him and kill him and everything. So they yell at each other. One at the bottom, one at the top. I'm sandwiched in between them. I got so angry one time I screamed at them, both of you shut up. It's kind of funny, but it's not funny when the guy upstairs is threatening the guy downstairs. And the guy downstairs is making threats about racist remarks toward me. I mean, come on, what the hell? It's not funny at all. But ugh, I'm right between those two. So the guy downstairs has mental issues. The guy upstairs, I don't know. But he makes threats of violence toward the guy downstairs, makes racist remarks toward him, and so forth. And he's just a racist dick, let's put it that way. Violent racist dick making threats stupidly in events so other neighbors can hear. I hope someone reported him already. I got the time frames and I got the situation already outlined for security and possibly the police if this keeps up. So anyways, yeah. Welcome to my world. But yeah, community can make you feel happy. Vision boards personally make me feel happy. I get into it. There's support groups we can organize. There's some presentations we can do more of. I'll talk to another organization and see if I can use their Steam to do another presentation, several presentations with my experience with other people, and possibly even some TED presentations might be worthwhile as well. There's a lot of things to look into. I'm GoFundMe fund, events where people can do donations, donation fund, and so forth. We have to work together to stop the violence, to stop the drugs, to stop the racism, and to stop the discrimination as well. So we can do it. And despite the pitfalls of everything going on, we'd rather help each other and really support each other, try to heal from trauma, try to prevent violence from happening, racism, persecution, stop the drug trafficking in buildings, stop the prostitution. The drugs are the number one thing to try to stop within communities, which is tough. They go in good groups, they go in big groups, and they protect each other. That's the thing. And they tend to go against the person trying to stop this kind of thing, unfortunately, which are the facts. We've got to band together and try to help each other heal and support each other and prevent more ODs from going on. And it's just going to get tougher. So, Meg Witch, that's about it for me for now. The community cleanup today was very, very helpful, and I felt good about that. And we're going to have breakfast every weekly basis. We have to do more things to help the community and help all of us, each and every one of us. With Christmas approaching, we really need help and support and donations more than ever. So that's the neighbor, don't mind that. So anyways, before it gets louder and the fur begins to fly more, and it will, I guess I'll take it's going to get worse. It's just starting. It's going to get worse. It's banging around. The other one's going up. There we go. It's getting worse, and it's going to get worse more. So this is only the beginning of my night. It's going to get worse. So hopefully security will come along and check this out. The guy upstairs is going to start yelling at him, death threats and racist threats, and so forth. So Meg Witch, take care, and talk to you guys soon. Have a great Friday night and a safe weekend, and watch your back. Meg Witch.